Hi everyone, how are you? It's Alex Carroll with England Volkers. Once again, we're talking Victoria real estate. Now that the summer has concluded and we're heading into the fall, I thought it would be good to discuss August's numbers as my dog is screaming at me. Please excuse Rudy, he just is very passionate about real estate in Victoria. Hi everyone, how are you? It's Alex Carroll with England Volkers. Once again, we're discussing Victoria real estate now that August has concluded and we're headed into the fall. I hope you're all enjoying this Labor Day long weekend and this amazing stretch of sunshine that we're experiencing. But with that said, I did want to hop on here and discuss what has happened and what I expect might happen as we move into September. So for August 2020, we had 979 sales from 2,584 active listings. Compare that to last year, we had 661 sales from 2,838 active listings. So huge lift in sales activity and a drop in inventory. The lift in sales again is a little bit specific to what's happened this year. So our typical spring market bumped back a few months and basically started mid-May. So those months following May have been our Victoria spring market. So when we look at year over year stats, they don't necessarily tell the whole story, but they do also say that we're at a very different type of environment currently as far as sales to active listings than we've been in the last 2 years. So generally, I would say that you're in a great position as a seller currently and could be in a bit more of a challenging environment with delayed offers as a buyer. When I say delayed offers, I mean listing on a Thursday and reviewing offers on a Sunday or a Monday. We're in that kind of demand situation right now, especially in single family homes. So it's been very interesting for me to be out working in this environment and trying to position my buyers and sellers in the right position to maximize their value. So beyond the scope of those numbers, when I looked at benchmark values for single family homes in the core, last year again we were at $849,500, and this August we were at $889,200. So that's pretty consistent with what we're seeing across the board, whether it's a single family home in the West Shore or on the peninsula, about a 5% gain year over year versus last year. Condo is a different story. So basically last year the benchmark value of a condo in the core was $518,000, and this year has slipped to $513,000. The other things I'm observing, affordable condos are quite flat and sluggish compared to 1 or 2 years ago. I was writing an offer for a client on what I would call an affordable condo, so listed under $400,000 in the core. Basically, we have triple the amount of inventory than we did 2 years ago for condos listed below $400,000. So you might feel you have a bit more leverage in that segment versus single family homes in the core. The other thing I noticed is we're trending to have a busier year in the luxury market than we've had in the last 2 years. So more sales above 2.5 million than at this point last year and 2018. And I would expect that as we head through the fall here, we'll probably eclipse those numbers. Again, part of that is due to the fact that people have rushed back in as of mid-May, but it'll be interesting to track that segment for the next few months here. What's causing all this? Victoria is Victoria, and I think all this tells us that Victoria is a place in demand regardless of circumstance. The other interesting thing that I've been observing and I've talked about before is how much the government has intervened to prop up our housing market. So basically since the end of March, the Bank of Canada has been buying billions and billions of dollars of mortgage bonds. Basically those are mortgage-backed securities to increase liquidity and suppress rates. If you have questions about that, I'm by no means an economist, but I can paint the picture for you as far as what's happening behind the scenes, to create this kind of environment with these low rates in what some would consider a higher risk environment. Once again, it's Alex Carroll with England Volkers. If you have questions about buying or selling, Now is the time to get advice about that and lay the foundation for a purchase or a sale in a month, 6 months, or a year. So feel free to reach out to me, 250-889-9060. Talk to you soon.